I decided to dabble a bit in home automation. For now, I'm more just interested in monitoring various locations in my house. So it's more like home monitoring at the moment. I bought 15 of the temperature and humidity sensor, and I bought 3 of the water leak detector. It's a well-known Chinese brand. The company itself is mi.com, and it's pronounced, apparently the correct pronunciation is...
It's pronounced Xiaomi. Xiaomi. It means little rice.
So there we go, it's pronounced Xiaomi little rice. That's interesting. Don't know how accurate that is, but I'll go with that because I'm not going to even try and pronounce it in a different way. So I ordered all of mine from banggood.com. I ordered 15 of the temperature and humidity sensor, and I ordered 3 of these ones, the water sensor. Yeah, so banggood.com, really good. Always check whether your local one is cheaper or whether it's cheaper to get it from China, but also you might have to actually pay extra on shipping, so just take all of that into consideration. So here, for example, it says shipping is free. It's only £12.58. It says it's on a flash deal right now. If I were to buy it from China, if I were to buy a single one, then I'd have to pay an extra shipping. So it's always just worth, add a couple of items, go to the basket. Also, I had problems where I couldn't order all of it in one go. I had to order the water sensor separate from the temperature humidity sensor. For some reason, there was some problem on the website. You couldn't check out. There's no error message or anything. But eventually, as by process of elimination, as I removed things, I've discovered I don't know if they're being sold by 2 different sellers and that you couldn't do it. So maybe it was just a one-off odd occasion. It's worth just keeping an eye on things on banggood.com. You can set up like alerts to tell you when the price drops. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna unbox it and show you what you get. The temperature and humidity sensor. The interesting thing to note is that it's actually not just temperature and humidity, but it's also barometric pressure. When I ordered this, I didn't know this the first time, and I didn't even really look at the branding of the box and things. I just got it connected, and in the Home Assistant interface, I just noticed, oh, it's recording 3 values. And first I thought maybe the barometric pressure is just like not actually real. It's just constantly putting out a constant value. But actually, since having the few sensors, I can actually see the value does change. And now looking closer inspection on the box, it does show you that it's got 3 different measurements. And even here on the branding on the box itself, it shows here like an example, and you'll see the barometric pressures at the top, relative humidity and temperature. So we'll start unboxing it. I've done 14 of these already. This will be number 15. And one thing that I've noticed is, so just be careful when you open this. There's an extra sticker, I guess, wall attachment sticker, whatever you want to call it, that they place in the exact same location every time. So when you open this, it's a bit hard with just one hand, but when you open it, it's always there. So when you open it up, just be careful which way you orient it, because that thing will fall out. Essentially, from what I can guess, this is an extra attachment. So I think it's like a double-sided foam tape. I don't know how you want to call it, but yeah, this has got stickiness, and that's got stickiness. And yeah, so here we go. Now you'll see the size of the box, okay, and it's packaged really well in my opinion. And then you'll see the actual sensor is much smaller than that. So let's try and get this out. Might have to get it up. Here we go. So you get your little manual. That's nice. And that's gonna be a hard one. I'm probably gonna have to put the phone down. Right, you just brute force it. There you go. And then there's the sensor itself. So that's all you get. You get a box, an extra sticker attachment, the manual, and the sensor itself. And my guess is that after, you know, this might wear out every time you replace the battery. At some point this is going to fail, and you just remove it, replace it with that extra one. But that's the size of this sensor. It's not very big, which is really nice. It runs off a coin cell battery that you just get access into there. There's a little blue LED show status. That's how you pair it with your gateway, and also if you need to reset that. And this is where it takes its measurements from. Then you have your manual itself, which again, interesting here, they just say temperature and humidity sensor. But like I said, only by after ordering it and actually looking at it, can I see, oh, it's got one extra value it records, which is the barometric pressure. So the manual itself will just go into detail about, you know, that the button at the top, you reset it, you hold it in for 5 seconds to reset it. So if you've already paired it and you want to repair it with another gateway, or if you do any changes to your system and you had to reconnect the devices, you just hold in that button for a few seconds, 5 seconds or more. To pair it the first time, you basically just press the button once and you'll see the blue LEDs will start flashing. Here they just call it the effective range test. In terms of what the specs are, so let me just open it a bit more. So the specifications, and it says here it works on Zigbee, which was really nice. Normal coin cell battery. And then here it gives you the range that it works in for the temperature range. So from minus 20 degrees Celsius to plus 50 degrees Celsius. And it says the accuracy is plus minus 0.3 degrees Celsius. Then the relative humidity range is between 0 and 100%. And this is, you know, about 3% accurate. And then it also says that it's got atmospheric pressure ranging from 30 kilopascal, or I don't know actually what that unit, how do you pronounce that unit? Anyway, yeah, so there you go. That's the temperature, humidity and pressure sensor. Next, I'll open the water leak sensor. So again, packaged really well. And let's open it. In this case, there's nothing that just falls out. You'll see it's got like a little tab to help you pull out the actual sensor from the box. Okay, there we go. Again, nice manual. The sensor itself, so once just got a little bit of fluff on it. Pull that little cardboard tab to get the sensor out. And that's it, and there's nothing inside of that, so you can just throw that away. Just for comparison, here's the temperature and humidity sensor, and here's the water leak sensor. Again, same as the other one, this just runs off a coin cell battery. Apparently these things are supposed to run, if it's a fresh battery, they can run about 2 years. So in this case, this one you just put it on a surface where you want to detect leaks, and the way it detects that there's water is when water or liquid make contact between these two metal hex screws. The manual says that you can also use a hex driver and Allen key to, you know, just basically take this out, and then you can put wire around them and then just retighten it all up. So you don't have to actually let the sensor get in contact with the liquid, but you can actually like just put 2 wires on and then stick it somewhere where, you know, maybe in a liquid or something. Yeah, the interesting thing is, again, like this sensor, the temperature humidity sensor, it's got an extra reading. This one just says water leak sensor. When I go on the gateway and on Home Assistant as well, this actually reports temperature as well, and it also reports the battery level, where the temperature humidity one doesn't report the battery level. That would have been handy. I don't know how accurate the battery level measurement is, but it'd be good to know in advance that you're gonna have to replace 200 sensors batteries. In the case of the temperature measurement itself, I found that this isn't as accurate as the temperature sensor itself. So, but it is nice, it does report temperature, but I'm guessing this one's slower to react to changes in the environment. The manual itself, again, quite nicely written in English. Here it shows you where it's probing. This one doesn't have an LED that you can see as clearly as this one, or that you even know it's there, but it is basically, it's underneath this plastic dome. And once you press here, put pressure here, you'll see the LED come on. And here again, they say to reset it, 5 seconds. They say single press it down, then it will pair. I found that you have to, it's not as just a one quick press with the temperature humidity one. This one you have to hold it down a little bit, I guess, until you start seeing the blue light start doing things. We'll see. I'll show you how I pair it. So they just show you put it on a surface or undo these screws and attach wires. Again, same Zigbee protocol, running off a coin cell battery. And here it says the operating temperature is between -10 degrees and 55 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity that it operates in is between 0 and 100%. That's it. I'll open both of the sensors just so you can see what it looks like inside, where you're going to have to replace the coin cell battery. You're not going to use a screwdriver on these slots because you will damage them. It's actually better to use something bigger like a coin that fits perfectly in the slot. I've actually found that the back of my scissors actually work quite well without damaging it. So yeah, I'll just give it a start and then I'll show you. This one opens quite easy. It just screws in, screws out. This one I'll show you once I open it. This one's more like it clicks almost in place. It's got like tabs on the inside that connect, but this one's just normal screwed out. So I've just undone the initial bit of friction. In this case, even though I was as careful as possible, it still took a bit. And I used the blunt side of the scissors. I've had the same result with a coin. The worst thing is, unless you got a screwdriver that fits perfectly in there, I would look for something that just makes a lot more contact. In this case, the problem also is, this one you just keep turning. This one, you can only go up to max. And sometimes you're not sure because it doesn't just come loose, right? So you're thinking, oh, maybe you didn't do enough, and then you do a bit more. And so that's basically how I just damage a little bit more of the plastic. What I'll do is I'll just show you this one first. So you'll see it's got only one way that it can go back in or close. So that bit there needs to line up in that hole there. And then you've got these connectors here that go in there. They just slide connect. And there you go, just normal battery. The interesting thing is, I think they come in different brands of who produces the battery. So this one just says Maxell Asia product. And if I'm not wrong, I think this one is Panasonic. So in this case, I'll just do it with one hand. It's a bit harder. Here we go, come on. I'll just show you. It's an interesting mechanism. So I don't know how well the insides are protected from a leak, because there's no seal on there from what I can see. There's no like rubber seal. Maybe it just seals by pressure, and I don't know if this or the screw thread just stops. Maybe, I don't know. So I would guess these are really good just for sending you that one alert, and hopefully nothing gets damaged on the inside. So in this case, this battery is made by Panasonic. It says industrial, so the battery comes out quite easily. And that's it. Next we'll pair it up. Just to elaborate on when you open or close this. When you open it's not, I would say, yeah, just do very small turn, because you only need to turn it about 5 degrees, maybe even less. So it doesn't take much to just, undo the mechanism, and then you can just let this thing fall out, or just try and pull it out. And again, to close it, you just line up that little tabs inside, and then yeah, it's just a small turn and then it all connects up. Time to get these sensors enrolled into the gateway. I decided not to go with the branded gateway because I want to have the option of adding Zigbee sensors from other manufacturers and just various things, and just keep my options open. But also mainly I want to be in control of what information gets sent over my networks to the outside world, or even come back. For me, I just want to run everything locally and not have really, my data getting leaked. So what I'm doing is I'm running Home Assistant off a Raspberry Pi 3, just because I had an old Raspberry Pi 3 just gathering dust. So I decided to use this as my first gateway. And for getting Deacon's Z, I don't know how you pronounce that, working on with the Zigbee sensors, I use a device called a Conbee II, and I'll show you that in a minute. So essentially, to enroll it, I just go in Home Assistant after I've set up Deacon's Z and all that. Just go Deacon's, I want to use the Phoscon app. So here it shows up, okay, I've got the Conbee II stick, and then we just need to log in. So we just log in. Funny enough, you have to do it twice. Say nope, okay. Because I don't have any light set up, I just ignore this screen here. Go down here, go to sensors, and here you'll see all the sensors that you currently got enrolled. So I've already set up quite a number. There's at least 2 of the water leak sensors. I've done 14 of the temperature humidity sensors. And now we'll enroll a new one. I'll do the temperature sensor. And I rename the sensors just so it's clear for me when I'm gonna have to take the batteries out or whatever. Yeah. So let's enroll the temperature sensor. So just say add new. This case, it's not a specific vendor, so I'll just say other. Then I take the sensor itself. I just press this button just till the blue LED starts flashing. About a second to not more than that. And this should take about 6 seconds. Yeah, and there you go, sensor ready. So all I do is go ready, scroll down, unless the default name is multi-sensor. In this case, I like to rename them. And then here you'll see it shows up, okay, so it can measure air pressure, temperature, and humidity. And it will tell you when was the last time it refreshed. So to do a quick test, just put my finger over the hole, and then normally the humidity actually goes up. Yeah, so you'll see the humidity is going up. 71. I let go, and it will start dropping down. And that's how easy it is to enroll the temperature, humidity, and the air pressure sensor. Next, I'll enroll the water leak sensor. For this one, it's better to just have it on the surface, because you're going to press relatively hard to get this enrolled. So again, just go add new sensor, say the other vendor, and then here, and this one's a bit fiddly sometimes, so I'm going to press, and then the blue LED went on, and then sometimes you sit here and nothing happens, and then you have to redo this. So I'll just give it a few more seconds. I might have to do it again. Okay, nothing's happening. So I normally go back and close it just to restart that enrollment process. So I'm gonna go, well, in this case, because I'm not sure if it was trying to pair or not, I've also in the past just tried to reset it and then do it again, but let's just try it straight off the bat. Again, let's hold it in for a little bit longer. So I don't know if that's doing anything or not. So this one's not as clear cut then, no. Maybe you have to wait longer here, don't know. The temperature one takes about 6 seconds on my testing. Yes, this one again. Right, we're gonna have to give it another go. So what I'm gonna do is, let me reset this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I see it started flashing there, so maybe I needed to hold it in a bit longer. Maybe it's resetting now. And I've had this with, oh there you go, yeah. So I think it's probably better hold it in till the LED starts flashing, then let go. I've enrolled 3 of these now, not all just now, so it's a bit hard to see what works, what doesn't work, but I think for new people, I'm gonna guess just hold it in till that blue LED starts flashing and then just leave it, and then it will work. And then it will report itself as a water sensor. And like I said, the interesting thing is it does actually measure temperature. It also measures battery level, which is nice if that's accurate. And then here it will tell you when it last refreshed, same. And then this is the bit that I'm interested in, is to see did it detect leaks. Quick way of me testing this is I'm just gonna lick my index and middle finger, hold it over the contacts, and then you'll see it says detected. I let go of my fingers, and it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. So let me just see how quick it takes it to detect. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, about 2 seconds, and then 1, 2, 3, about 5 seconds to go back. So that's pretty good. Once enrolled, you can see like a bit of graphs, the history of what the sensors record over time. On the overview page, you can come down here and drill down for each individual sensor. So in this case, you'll see here there's the humidity and the temperature for the one sensor. So you just click on that, and then here it will show you how the temperature fluctuated. Same with the relative humidity. And so far it's working really nice. So I'll just show you my setup for the gateway. At the moment this is in an area which I call the boiler room for obvious reason. And essentially what I've got is I've just got it plugged in at the moment on a watt meter. And at the moment it says it's drawing 1 watt, and the volts are about 230 volts, 50 hertz frequency. So the Raspberry Pi 3 is drawing 1 watt, and it's drawn 3 kilowatts per hour in total. So, and then yep, this is the Raspberry Pi 3 inside a normal, in fact I don't even know which case this is. Yeah, just Raspberry Pi 3 plugged into Ethernet, which is just running outside of my house alongside back to the broadband router. Then I've got the Raspberry Pi 3 connected to a USB extension cable to the Conbee II. So that's just the Conbee II stick. The Phoscon guys, the guys who manufacture that, actually recommend that you don't plug the Conbee II directly into the device through USB, but rather use a USB extension cable. I don't know if that's to cut down on the interference from the Zigbee network, probably is, or whether it picks up interference of the device you plug it in. But anyway, I just followed their recommendation, just plug it into a cable. So far it's been able to pick up quite a big range, because from where this is down all the way down to my shed, it's probably a good 20 meters or so through walls, bricks, wood. Yeah, so it's pretty good.